Please begin standing. At the top of your mat, away from the wall, with your feet hip-width apart, in Tadasana, mountain pose. Bolster in front of you if you need it for forward fold in a moment, or completely out of the way if you don't. Everything neutral, comfortable. A lot of styles of yoga rely on either a restorative pose at the beginning to drop you into a state of presence, or kind of a warm-up flow to shift your interior landscape. But in Kaliana yoga, the intention is to be able to access at will various compartments of consciousness and to bring the interior and exterior together for the physical yoga practice called asana. So even while standing, simply standing, shift gears into either an interior mode of feeling what's arising or observing what's arising. Choose one now. And be specific. Based on your direct experience. Details, textures, and overall, what you're feeling, what you're observing. And if you're feeling, really feel. If you're observing, really observe. And notice how you've already shifted pace, approach, mindfulness, presence. Continue this as you interlace your fingers behind your back. Fingers are interlaced all the way to the webbing as much as possible. then begin to bring your palms together. And be intentional about how firmly or gently you squeeze your palms. Feel or observe that sensation, that connection. Without losing that connection of palms squeezing together, begin to extend your elbows. Hands move away from your low back. Knuckles move toward the floor. But the moment you have to separate your palms or arch your back to make it happen, to extend your elbows or move your hands away, then that's your limit, that's your edge. Good. If you have a little room to explore, keeping palms together and elbows extending, begin moving your hands even further up, towards the wall behind you, away from your body. But again, if you have to separate your palms, or bend your elbows, or stick your chest forward, or stick your chin forward, then that's too far. Good. And gently release, arms by your side. And drop the torso forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands to the floor or the bolster neutrally, kind of just right beneath your shoulders. Remember, as many details as possible. Be as mindful as possible in the pose. But don't obsess over alignment. Mostly have your intention and attention on either feeling or observing. And be specific. Right now, what is there to feel? What is there to observe? Whichever mode of consciousness you're using. And notice how just this intention cultivates this state of awareness, this state of presence, this state of connection. That's not your standard ego mind, day-to-day grind. There might be thoughts, there might be emotions, there might even be egoic commentary. those are just kind of happening naturally. And as they do, whether in response to the practice or simply out of habit, all your job is to feel them or observe them. Let them come, let them go. Good. Now, hands contacting floor or bolster right beneath your shoulders. Lift your head and your gaze. Extend your spine from the front. Feel your vertebrae moving forward and down. Either fingertips or palms. But don't bring your hands to your shins, as some styles of yoga allow. Good. Feel, observe details, sensations, shape, breath, heartbeat. Keep your spine lifting and extending. Bring your hands to your hips. Gently squeeze your elbows together, moving them up toward the ceiling. Keep the spine moving in this extension pattern. And bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose, Utkatasana. Good. Slide your hips back. Drop the weight into your heels, but without lifting your toes. Feel the femur bones plug into your hip sockets, and to the degree with which you sink your hips, bend your knees, extend your spine upward that much more. Head and neck following the same trajectory as the rest of your spine. You don't have to look down, but have your hips sliding back such that if you looked down, you could see your toes beyond your knees. Good. And what is there to feel or observe here? Remember, feeling and observing in and of themselves are from a neutral standpoint. Even if there's intensity, even if there's interior response, energetically, emotionally, mentally, as long as you're not getting the signal to take a break or come out of the pose altogether, then it's just an experience on a full spectrum of what's possible to experience. Good. Stand all the way up, arms by your side, take a little walk. As you come back, Tadasana again, mountain pose, this time legs and feet together. Reestablish, reset. I'd invite you now to switch modes of consciousness. If you've been in feeling mode, shift to observation mode. And remember, these interior components are just as important as what we're doing exteriorly with the physical body. To make this actual yoga class. And not just stretching or physical therapy or workout. Interlace your fingers behind your back again. And this time go ahead and switch the interlace because we didn't last time. Good. Now, gently bring your palms together and be intentional with that squeeze. Keep it even, symmetrical as much as possible. And then, maintaining the neutrality of your spine and shoulders and head and neck, bring your hands over toward your right hip. Back of your left hand on your body, back of your right hand away from your body. As far over as you can go without compromising the integrity of the rest of the shape. And or until you reach the edge, depending on what's going on in your shoulders, of sensation or range of movement. Good. Now, gently drop your head to the right. Right ear toward right shoulder. Something else I'd like to invite your awareness into, along with feeling and observing, is to pay particular attention to what your bones, joints, overall skeleton is doing. In your mind, bypass your muscles, the fascia. Tendons and ligaments. Be a skeleton for a moment. You don't have to have an anatomy degree to feel or observe your joints. You don't have to know the names of the joints to feel them, to observe them. What bones, what joints are primarily involved in this variation? And what does it feel like? What does it look like from the inside of your experience? Good. Aware of the same even during movement as we switch sides. So slowly head back to center and move your hands back to center and over to your left hip or toward your left hip. Again, mindful that left and right will probably be different. Gently remind your left elbow to squeeze in toward the wall behind you. And drop your head to the left, left to your left shoulder. While the majority of the movement and sensation is probably kind of shoulders and above right now, don't lose conscious connection also with your feet on the earth, stability and balance of your legs, even if you're not thinking about it first and foremost, focusing on it primarily. Have an overall awareness of everything happening, and then have your interior intention on the details that you're feeling and observing right now in your bones, the shape, the movement. How is your breathing affected? How is your heart rate affected? How is your nervous system affected? Very good. Head back up to center. Arms, hands back to center behind your back, and then as you slowly release, drop forward again, Uttanasana. Hands to the bolster or the floor. Feel free, of course, to use the bolster even if you didn't before, or remove the bolster. By now there may be enough connection, neural pathways created, not because you've now warmed up, loosened up, but because there's more mindfulness. To perhaps bring your hands all the way to the floor, but not at the expense, not at the compromise of bending your knees or leaning your legs back. Notice also the kind of theme or journey that various parts of your body, particularly various bones and joints, is going through. So a lot already in the shoulders. And the direct relationship between interlacing fingers behind your back and what the shoulders do then, with a little more active engagement, and then dropping forward like this, passively, rounding the shoulders. The gentle massage of back and forth, left and right. Good. Hands touching bolster or floor, right beneath your shoulders. Lift your head, lift your gaze, extend the spine from the front. Notice again what's different here. Not only because legs and feet are together, but also because it's round two, you're more connected. You're refining it, making it better each time. Better just meaning more intentional, more details, more feeling. More mindful. Good. Keep the spine as it is, hands to hips. Gently squeeze elbows together, pointing toward the ceiling. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Good. Slide your hips back, knees behind your toes as much as possible, and to that same degree, torso up, spine extending, heart gently forward. Feel or observe directly what there is to feel or observe right now. That's it. You might be surprised at the nuances, the subtleties, the not so obvious. When you just look, when you just expand enough to take it in. Good. Stand all the way up, arms by your side. Take a little walk. As you come back, Tadasana again, legs and feet together. Reestablish. And notice the accumulation, the intelligence of the work so far. What has come? What has gone? And aware of the difference between modes of consciousness, feeling and observing. You've now explored both. Continue from here on out, kind of switching, oscillating back and forth between the two, as you like and as you are guided. Good. Bring your left hand to your left hip, right arm and hand hanging by your side. Again, mindful of the bones, the skeleton, the movement, the structure. Stay grounded in your legs and feet. And side bend to the right. Right fingertips just neutrally kind of go closer to the floor. And see how smooth you can make the curve. The hips may shift to the left slightly, but not too much. From your tailbone to the crown of your head, see how many vertebrae you can get to bend to the right. It's not a twist. It's not a forward fold. It's not a back bend. Side bend only. And you can either passively drop your right ear to your right shoulder all the way, or be a little more intentional with the kind of symmetry of the C curve, where the head and neck is in the same trajectory as the rest of your spine, more or less. And all these details, all these pointers, all the alignment cues, they are not universal for all time. They are different moment to moment, but they are important to be purposeful, mindful about your approach. Countless ways to approach the same shape. Good. Back up to center, neutral, arms by your side. Right hand, right hip. And side bend left. Once you get it set up with the details, then just be in it. Don't think about it. Be in it. Allow the communications to happen. Feel. Observe. Feel and observe. And interiorly, just like doing different things with the exterior body brings a different experience, notice the difference. It's often taken for granted between different modes of consciousness that you can choose at will. And the effect brought about by just that. As interior and exterior begin to mirror each other and work together. Good, back at the center. Arms and hands by your side. This time, bring your feet mat width and line the outer edges of your feet with the edges of the mat. And be specific about that. And drop forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, hands to the floor or the bolster. or the bolster. Lift your head, lift your gaze, extend the spine from the front. Hands to hips. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Chair pose, a very different alignment of chair pose than typical, but it's still chair pose. One reason that it's important to notice what the bones, what the joints are doing primarily, secondarily, overall, in each shape for various different approaches that still make it the same pose, but a different experience. There are general contours, alignment cues, but not static, fixed, rigid, based on what a picture looks like in a book of someone else doing yoga. Good. Stand all the way up, arms by your side, take a little walk. As you come back, have a seat on the end of your bolster. And have your feet on the floor in front of you, knees bent. Moving toward Gomukhasana legs, so cross your left leg under your right and move your knee toward the midline of your body. Outer edge / top of your left foot on the floor. And then cross your right knee over your left knee. Once again, moving toward the midline, moving towards the knees stacking, outer edge of your right foot on the floor. And then, as much as possible, have your shins coming away from your knees at the same angle-ish. Good. If you like, not because you think it's more advanced, but because you have a little room to explore and you've not already reached the edge, feel free now to remove the bolster, bring your hips to the floor. Good. Now, grab your strap, unroll it, and drape it over your left shoulder. Bring your arms up into a T. Now, rotate your right arm so that your palm faces back. Turn your whole arm, again, attention to the joint, attention to your shoulder, and attention to moving the whole arm as one unit, not just your hand. Right palm faces back. Now, bend your right elbow and grab your strap behind your back, keeping the rest of your spine neutral, just right where it grabs. Now, left arm up, toward the ceiling, bicep by your ear, and again, turn your whole arm bone so your palm faces the wall behind you. Turn the whole arm bone. Now, bend your left elbow without arching your back. Grab the strap. From here now, feel free to wiggle your fingers a little closer together, possibly even clasping your fingers and not needing the strap, but as long as you can do that without distorting the rest of the pose. Good. Keep the right elbow gently hugging toward your side body, the left elbow gently moving up toward the ceiling, and either stay here or drop forward. And if you're dropping forward, just go again as far as sensation and range of movement allow. You are still mostly in control of the sensation, the intensity, the depth. So as a reminder, mild to moderate and manageable without reaction. That's the gauge for how far to go. And in particular, if you have a joint or a part of your body that has chronic pain or injury or surgery, then be mindful and honor, but at the same time don't be afraid. Just tiptoe up to the edge, and that's enough. And now, once that's set, be in it. Feel and or observe, or both simultaneously. Specifically, what there is to feel, what there is to observe. Good. Slowly come up. Don't run away from the sensation. As you release, bring your arms out into a T. Maybe give a little gentle movement, a little wave, not shaking it out, just a little movement of your arms. Good. And then releasing your legs back to knees bent, feet on the floor. If you'd like to reset on the bolster as well, feel free, because left and right will be different. And then cross your right leg under the left, left leg over the right, knees toward the midline stacking, shins. Moving away from the midline, the same angle. Good. Now, drape the strap over your right shoulder. Arms out into a T. Turn your whole left arm so that your palm faces back. Bend your left elbow, grab the strap just right where it grabs. Right arm up. Palm face back, turn your whole arm, whole arm, whole arm. Bend your elbow, grab the strap, adjust, shimmy, shimmy. And either stay upright or drop forward. Without obsessing, without analyzing, because that's another mode of consciousness altogether, how many details, how many nuances can you feel, can you observe? How wide can you throw your net of awareness? How deep? Interior and exterior, specific to what's happening in your experience right now. What can you feel that maybe you've never felt? Or feel it in a way you've never felt it? Same with observing. Stay neutral. Feeling itself is neutral. Observation itself is neutral. Again, thoughts, opinions, emotions, energy waves may happen. Those are not wrong. But you're just feeling those. You're just observing those as well. Very good. Slowly come up. Don't run away. Gently release the strap or the clasp. Arms out into a T. Gentle movement of your arms like a wave. And then strap to the side. Make your way onto your back. Head on the bolster. Knees bent, feet on the floor. Allow from here on out the journey, deep intelligence, the wisdom of this practice and of today's sequence to deeply resonate and register. Stay vigilant, stay poised, but softly, as the nervous system itself begins shifting gears, preparing for Shavasana relaxation, but not totally checking out just yet. Good. Now, I want you to grab with both hands underneath your right knee. But keep the right knee passively bent. Right foot relaxing. First, just stay neutral, not actively pulling your knee in, just letting it be right where it is. And then slowly, incrementally, begin introducing a gentle pull of your knee toward your shoulder, and at the same time, gently resisting that with your leg muscles, as though you wanted to pull your knee away. So your hands are pulling your knee in, your knee itself is wanting to move back. So little resistance. Neither side, quote unquote, winning, so to speak. Just a gentle, cooperative tug of war. Good. Now bring your hands on top of your knee or shin and pull your knee all the way into your shoulder. Let the pulling side of your arms and hands win the tug of war. Good. And release, right foot to the floor. Grab behind your left knee. Again, same thing. Gentle resistance. Basically 50-50. Pushing and pulling. Arms, hands, hip flexor. And grab on the top of your knee, pull it all the way in. Let your thigh sink into your belly / side body. Low back moves gently toward the floor. Release. Extend your legs forward, relaxing on the floor, hip width or a little wider. You decide, either arms and hands by your side resting, or maybe palms on your belly, or interlace your fingers under your head or under the bolster, or palms face up under the outer edges. Close your eyes, let the body rest heavily against the floor, totally surrendered to gravity. And allow the beautiful work that you've done to now work for you. interlaced. Switch the interlace. Release your arms. Deep breath. Begin moving into deep stretch. Make the first stretch when you wake up in the morning in all directions. And make your way up to seated, hands at heart center. Namaste.